Hi, this is just a quick video comparison between the Archos 43 internet tablet and the Archos 5 internet tablet. A lot of us are probably quite familiar with the 5. It's got a 4.8-inch touchscreen. I think it's running Android 1.6. It's a pretty good unit. I've had this one for about 6 months and it works well. This is the 8 gig version, which is the smallest capacity of the flash-based versions. I always like the flash-based version more than the hard drive version. The problem with the hard drive versions, the hard drive is quite noisy in them, and I always found the battery life to be a bit less in them. Downsides of the 5 I had found were screen-wise. The resistive screen is not terrifically sensitive, so for those of you who are very used to, let's say, the likes of the iPod Touch and that, would find it to be quite unresponsive in comparison. Also, the GPS functions on them were quite poor. On the plus side, the screen on these I always found to be very, very good, quite comparable to the old Archos 5 series with the glossy screens, which were very, very nice. The video and media functions were quite good, and also picking up on your, let's say if you've a UPnP server, very good at picking up. The video playback quality quite good, although to get video out on them you needed to use a dock. The dock was quite good because it also had an integrated battery which would give you a bit of extra life. So the downsides really were the video out and also the screen itself. Also the fact that a lot of people would not like the fact that Froyo or that is not available on the 5 internet tablet, but it was a pretty good unit. Now, I picked up the 43 recently, just a couple of days ago, so I played around with it for 2 or 3 days, and I have to say, it's better than I expected. The screen is okay. I do notice backlight bleed on the right hand side, although this could be down to just this particular unit. Viewing angles are good. The battery life on it is actually exceptionally good, close to 10 hours on video, and although streaming over Wi-Fi about 8 hours, but still it's very, very good. The touchscreen responsiveness is certainly improved over earlier versions. So, and there's nice touches. See the animated actual grass in the background. There's a couple of other animated backgrounds that you can load onto it. A lot of media functions have changed significantly from earlier Archos versions. It's broken down so you can see library, internal, external. So if I go to external shared folders, it'll go into my network, and I can select just share folders and then go into any video folders I have and pretty much play. So I'll try a high definition file here. Okay, try 9. Now it's animation. Now animation always does tend to look great on portable devices. One thing, I don't know if you can see it in the video here, there is a slight shimmer off the screen. It seems to be the touchscreen layer. You would have seen it on a lot of mobile phones and that. On the likes of the Archos 5 internet tablet, you don't have that. But screen quality wise, you do notice the extra pixels. It's a proper 16:9 ratio as opposed to the 15:9 on the 5. So it is better in that respect. Let's turn this down a little bit. I'll bring that in. As you can see, very, very clear. One other really nice feature on the 43 is that if you go into the information on, let's say, any particular video file or that, you can go into info and it brings up, well, it shows you obviously your video container, your audio codec, and that subtitles and that work very well on this. It reads pretty much every type of subtitle file I've thrown at it. But there is a get movie database info, and it's nice. It just wirelessly connects to an online movie database and then pulls up just details in the kind of DVD cover or whatever of the picture, which is nice if you can't remember what you downloaded. And bear in mind, this is like a pretty big file playing over Wi-Fi. It doesn't take that long to cache. Although one thing I did find with the MKV files, if you, let's say, cycle to a different point, it's not going to start it again automatically. You need to actually press the screen. That was something I did come across on the Archos 5 as well. Size-wise, let's say, as a player, as you can see, it is significantly smaller. I'd say the 5 is coming in at about 200 grams. These guys are about 130. There is a micro USB port on the bottom, and I've used this to connect to television, and it works flawlessly. Output's in 720p. There isn't any setting to change that output, so you have to kind of roll with that. The other thing about it is that it has support for, you know, keyboards and mice via Bluetooth. I've tried it out. Works brilliantly. There's also a micro USB, micro USB connector at the side. Now, if you have a USB host cable, you can plug in external hard drives or that into it. I've tried it with a couple of flash drives. I've also tried it with a USB receiver for a mouse and all that, and it all got picked up pretty well. Music-wise, I found that the audio quality on this is vastly improved from the earlier versions. Like I like my sound, and this works very well. Camera function. Wow, let's have a look at this. This is a sight to behold. It is really poor. Like, okay, it's not terribly bright here, but it's pretty much like a bad mobile phone. It's really not good. Even in daylight, I wouldn't buy it for the camera. It's nice to have it there, and maybe in the future just full Skype integration or that it could be used for it, but it's not really it's not a buying point. I wouldn't do it. All the standard Android applications work very well. Like here is this is the Android comic book viewer. There's a little bit of The Walking Dead, and you can see it works quite well. You know, it changes orientation and that, and it's pretty fast. Like you can alter all your, obviously, your image properties and that, but it is a tiny bit small for it. I've tried the Bluetooth with a couple of different headsets flawlessly. Works, no problems at all. Registration was a bit of a problem with it, and it was more down to Archos' servers, I think, as opposed to anything else. But again, plugins, yeah, if you're buying one of these, expect to pay the €15 or $20 for the AC3 plugin, because you will find a lot of video content just will not work because of the AC3 codecs unless you have the plugin. The music app, much improved over the early ones. It's actually, and it takes advantage of the smoother screen. So you can see there, like, album art and that is nicely kind of presented, and it's just a much better player than for music and that than the original 5. And that speed wise is good. I think this is running a 1 gig ARM processor. It works exceptionally well. So that's a bit of music there. And then again, like any Android device, you can kind of go back into your applications to shut them. I didn't find, one of the problems I had in the 5 was the CPU utilization. Quite often you'd find the player would slow down a lot because of the amount of stuff running in the background. That hasn't been a problem really yet on the 43. It seems to handle that better, and everything seems to be integrated that bit kind of more fluidly than on this 5. Like for the 5, it felt like it was running Android along with, let's say, Archos' software kind of put beside it, on the likes of video, music and all that, because the interface really for video and music on the 5 was really similar to the old non-Android 5. So, you know, it's a little bit kind of, you know, just slow and clunky. Let's have a look. Again, you'd always find yourself, yeah, see, it's a little bit slower on picking up the various different servers around the house, but still, you know, not bad. But again, you find yourself like on the touchscreen, sometimes you have to hit twice or whatever to go on it, and you can't pull up the information the way you can on the 43. And I think I'm nearly running out of time here, so that's just a quick overview of the two. Definitely, if you have a 5, it's a major actual improvement, the 43, so gets a definite thumbs up. It's a good unit. Thanks for looking.